WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now. It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now. It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
All right, Pensacola. All right, world. Good morning. It's Tuesday, y'all. June 2nd. You know this? Man, this year is gone. Almost half of the year is gone, y'all. Almost half of the year is gone. But anyway, y'all, good morning. Get your coffee. Got your coffee yet? Here you go. Should be. Let me put it a little more heat to it. Then I'll be good. It's not hot enough so I can warm it up. Keep it warm. Good morning, everybody. Coffee time. Coffee time. Yeah, coffee time with Vernon, y'all. Tuesday morning. Let's get into what we're going to get into today, y'all. And let's see what's happening on the other side of the world and see what we're going to do on Tuesday. You know, Tuesday is a terrific Tuesday, y'all. Terrific Tuesday. So, we thought our show. Just tell everybody how to get the show. The easiest way is just to download the app. Just download the app on your phone. The next easiest way is to scan this bar here. Next easiest way is to just turn your channel to 12.1 if you're in the Pensacola area, or if you're outside the area, or even in the area, you don't have an antenna. Just go to Roku, go to Fire Stick, go to Android, go to, if you got a smart TV, if you got any smart TVs like the Samsung TV or Apple TV, you can get those on the television. If you listen to that radio, you can listen to it on Alexa, and as well as you can listen to it on CarPlay, Alexa and CarPlay, if you can get it in the car. Or you can just put it on your phone and just take it anywhere around the world, okay? Anywhere, anytime, and anywhere. Or you can go on your computer and go to the website, or just put in the browser, y'all. Just put in the browser, rdo.to, okay? .to/WBQP. Then you dare to be, okay? Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. All right, good morning, y'all. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about this morning. We're going to get a little bit of deadline news this morning. Say what's in the weather. What's in the weather this morning. And if I get time, I want to give you a little quick sports report but I don't think I'm going to have time to do that. We're going to talk about a little bit of public service announcement, get a little Black History fact in there. And today is Tuesday. We're going to be talking about jobs down at the ECUA. Mr. Jerry McIntosh is my co-host this morning. And at 8 o'clock, we're going to be finding out what's going on with the city of Pensacola update. We're going to have either the mayor, D.C. Reed, or we're going to have his trusted advisor, yes, sir, Mr. Cliff Collins. And at 8:30, we got a very special guest. It's Dr. Isaac Williams, y'all. Dr. Isaac Williams is running for school board number 3, and you certainly want to hear what he's going to have to say and talk about. And we're going to start the show off with a prayer every morning with Dr. A.J.O. Gaston, y'all. Dr. Gaston is going to be praying for us almost every hour. Like I said, if we get time, we'll get into some of the Pensacola sports, what's happening on the Blue Woohoos, and can't even pronounce it, King Vernon, and the Agronauts, okay, and the Ice Flyers, and the soccer team. And you might even talk about traffic this morning in as well as other stuff this morning. All right. Y'all know that. You know how I roll every morning. You know how I roll. All right, y'all. The first thing we're gonna do though, this morning, the very first thing this morning, we'll just go ahead and take us a commercial break, okay? And when we finish the commercial break, we'll come back in here and we'll get into the news that you can use this morning, okay? All right. Tell everybody, Morning with Vernon.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Navigating heart care can be challenging. Baptist makes it better with the latest treatments and innovations and the area's largest, most experienced heart team ready to create a care plan just for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
I remember these. Will I have the money to send my kid to college? Well, that's specific. How long has that been there? 7-letter word for a bank that helps you reach your goals.
Synovus. Order for Synovus?
Thank you.
Are you Synovus?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask or should I?
A solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Let's talk about your potential today.
Hello, I'm David Williams, District 3 Representative, seeking re-election to the Escambia County School Board. 4 years ago, I said, together we can make a difference. Today, I'm proud to say, together we have made a difference, thanks to your trust. And because of you, we do not have any failing schools. Our schools are safer. We've closed the achievement gap, and our students are college and career ready. I'm asking for your support again to re-elect me so that we continue the work that we started 4 years ago. Please visit my website at davidwilliams3.com to learn more about my initiatives I have accomplished and the ones I will pursue over the next 4 years. Early voting is August 8th through the 15th, and the primary is August 18th. Your vote is essential to keeping our community moving forward. Thank you.
For 75 years, Baptist has brought innovative care to our community. Through our Andrews Institute, we continue the legacy by providing advanced total joint care, restoring mobility, strength, and quality of life. Baptist Healthcare, here for you then, now, and always.
What is your story? It may take time to find it. You may even question if you have one worth telling. But when all seems lost, your story finds you. Because you don't need permission. Just a place. And we'll be waiting. The American Black Film Festival. Everyone has a story. Yours belongs here.
Why wait? With Penn Air's fast approvals and low rates, getting a car loan is easier than ever. Penn Air Credit Union. Join us.
WBQP TV/radio is your information station, the ears, eyes, and the voice of the Black community. The station that cares.
So what day is the meeting? Fun day.
With daily draw games starting at $1, every day shall henceforth be known as Fun Day.
Every day's Fun Day with Pick Games, featuring drawings twice a day. The Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
Choosing the right school is one of the most important decisions you'll make for your child. At Jacqueline Harris Preparatory Academy, we provide a safe, supporting environment where students grow academically and personally. With strong core instruction and unique programs, students gain confidence, creativity, and real-world skills. At JHPA, we live by our motto, enter to learn, depart to serve. Enroll today and prepare your child to soar.
Keep growing.
Remember where you came from, it's the foundation of who you are.
Show up for others.
That's been our approach at Penn Air for 90 years. Penn Air Credit Union, 90 years strong.
Hello, I'm David Williams, District 3 Representative, seeking re-election to the Escambia County School Board. 4 years ago, I said, together we can make a difference. Today, I'm proud to say, together we have made a difference, thanks to your trust. And because of you, we do not have any failing schools. Our schools are safer, we've closed the achievement gap, and our students are college and career ready. I'm asking for your support again to re-elect me so that we continue the work that we started 4 years ago. Please visit my website at davidwilliams3.com to learn more about my initiatives I have accomplished and the ones I will pursue over the next 4 years. Early voting is August 8th through the 15th, and the primary is August 18th. Your vote is essential to keeping our community moving forward. Thank you.
Hi, this is J.O. Gatson.
of Emmaus Baptist Church, Pensacola, Florida. Today is Testimony Tuesday, and we've come to pray over ourselves. One book said that we should saturate ourselves in prayer every day, that men and women, boys and girls would have known we've been with the Lord. Pray with me now. Father God, we project ourselves towards your throne of grace on this Testimony Tuesday. And in spite of all the obstacles and the difficulties of this life, the situations and the circumstances that we face day in and day out, the mishaps, we come with a testimony, because it's Testimony Tuesday in our lives. And our first testimony this morning, Lord, is that you woke us up in due time. It was nobody but you, Lord. And in the midst of it, dear God, we had the activities of our limbs. We had the rightness of our minds. So we come on this Tuesday morning to say thank you. I know some of us, dear God, including myself, life is treacherous. I know it's difficult. I know that we have hardships, but dear God, we come with a testimony on the tip of our tongues to let you know that we're yet leaning and depending upon you as our God. And that's our testimony, is that we're thankful that you're our God. And we're yet leaning and dependent upon you. As we pray now the belovedness of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior. Amen.
This is Prayer Perspectives by J.O. Gatson on your WBQP.
Hi, this is J.O. Gatson of Emmaus Baptist Church, Pensacola, Florida. Today is Testimony Tuesday, and we've come to pray over ourselves. One book said that we should saturate ourselves in prayer every day, that men and women, boys and girls would have known we've been with the Lord. Pray with me now. Father God.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
Hi, Vernon. Here's your WBQP weekly weather forecast. Tuesday remains mostly cloudy, with a 40% chance of showers, a high of 87 and a low of 71. By Wednesday, we'll see a slight break in the wet weather. Expect a high of 82 degrees with a low of 69 and only a 20% chance of rain. Thursday brings partly cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers. Highs will reach 83 degrees with lows around 70. And we wrap up the week on Friday with partly cloudy conditions and a 20% chance of showers. Highs will reach 82 degrees with overnight lows around 72. Overall, it's a warm and humid week with several opportunities for showers. This is Cheryl Mulrain, and that's your weekly weather forecast. Have a great week and keep it locked right here on WBQP TV and radio.
WBQP TV streaming on Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, and other streaming devices.
WBQP salutes the spirit of America, celebrating 250 years of freedom. Happy birthday, USA!
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's a beautiful day out there, and let's get you caught up on everything.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. From mornings with Vernon. Get up now, let's go. Get up now, turn it up now. 1, 2, 3, let's get it now.
All right, y'all. Good morning. Morning with Vernon this morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. We're going to try to get into some of our news headlines. Let's see here.
Can you believe it's Tuesday already, Vernon?
Not only that, Vernon has news you can use, so listen up.
I do? I got news you can use? Come on now. Tell me whether or not I got news you can use.
Hi, this is J.O. Gatson of Emmaus Baptist Church, Pensacola, Florida. Today is Testimony Tuesday. We've come to pray over ourselves. One book said that we should saturate ourselves in prayer every day.
Can you believe it's Tuesday already, Vernon?
Not only that, Vernon has news you can use, so listen up.
Now here is Vernon Watson with his version of today's headlines.
All right, y'all. Good morning. See, things starting off rough already. Machines and AI and all of that stuff. Your Attorney General got some news for you on that term. But before we get to it, if you're over in Okaloosa County, if you're into boating, they had a little incident over there, over at Crab Island. This thing called a takeover, y'all. Yeah, I don't know. But this is a fad that's going around. They had Crab Island. If you've ever been over there, over the Destin area, it's crowded anyway. You got boats everywhere. But the sheriff office over there saying a fight broke out over some groups coming in from Mobile and Montgomery, and they had the takeover of the Crab Beach. Okay. And so this thing's getting a little serious now. We went over at the mall recently, a takeover at the mall, and this is a fad that generate on social media, and it's going around. It's going around the country. People doing this thing called a takeover. It's stupid, but it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. We're talking about AI and everything not working right because you're on the AI. Well, I thank goodness for AI. If you ask me, I think AI is an advancement in technology, just like when we invented the computer, and the laptop and the cell phone. These are major accomplishments in our technology as we go in the future. People, because they don't know what the unknown is and robots gonna take over and all that kind of stuff. It may or may not. I don't know what will happen in the future, but all I do know is that as human beings, we run scared. Your Attorney General, Mr. Udaface here, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Udaface, whatever his name is. He's suing the owner of Open AI and Chat GPT, Mr. Sam Altman. Sam Altman, he had to defend himself against the federal government recently as well. But anyway, they claim that Chat GPT programs are putting profit over safety. And so James Unnemeyer, who is y'all the Attorney General, he filed a civil suit Monday, and he want to hold OpenAI accountable for any disregard to human life. Now, they claim that a Texas mama says that the AI chat box almost convinced her son to kill his parents and himself. Okay. So they're trying to see if they can put safeguards in it. And they say he tried to hurt himself. I don't know how all of that works. And I believe if you go in with nefarious purposes, you come out with nefarious answers. Okay. I really don't understand that any different than whether AI is telling you to kill yourself or you're gonna go to the library and find a book that says how to kill yourself. Okay, just take a lot more time to do that. But we'll see where this is going. We'll see where this is going forward. So, I told you that's just my opinionated news. Now, these stories you're following here is you can follow it up on WAR TV because they report these stories and they got it a lot more in detail. Yesterday, WAR, they reported a story which I think you'd be interested in because I'm interested in because this is my bank and when he's stealing my money. Deputies, they're looking for a suspect at the PNC bank robbery. And that was right down here, not too far from where I live, where I bank at, y'all. So he must have, no wonder my check overdrawn the other day because I guess the man stole my money out the account and I ain't got none in there. But anyway, deputies are searching for a suspect. And this is what he looked like after he robbed the bank. So if you got any information on this, call 911. You can call Crime Stopper if you don't want to get involved. Or you can call the Escambia County Sheriff Office at 850-436-9621. Let me give you that that number again. Is 850-436-9621. Or if you have any information that could lead to the rest of this man, if you recognize him, if anything about him, you can just call 911, or you can call the Sheriff Department, or you can call, if you just don't want to get involved, just call Crime Stopper. That's Crime Stopper. Okay. That's crime. Stop crime. STOP. All right. All right. And let's move on to a different story here, which is not so pleasant story. A 20-year-old kayaker was struck by lightning on Blackwater River, and they finally recovered his body on yesterday. He was kayaking, I believe, on Sunday on the Blackwater River, and his name was Michael Vargas, and in fact, his dad said he witnessed the incident. That must be really heart-wrenching to have this, to see that. But anyway, they got an active investigation, and they don't have a lot of information about that. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission is also involved since it's happened out on the water. So they're trying to determine all that's happened. Okay, all right. The next headline story that you're gonna be hearing about is this story here. 76-year-old man was killed in a car crash, just in a pedestrian car crash here in Century yesterday as he was trying to cross Highway 29. It's according to the report, state trooper says that it happened around 9:25 near Henry Street up in Century on this white car here, 27-year-old, driven by a 27-year-old Flomaton woman. She was traveling northbound when she hit the man. He was standing in the travel lane. So the troopers investigating it, and the person was pronounced dead at the scene. Okay, pronounced dead at the scene. So, but the driver was not hurt, and the driver had a 7-year-old passenger from Flomaton, which is also not hurt. And can you imagine how traumatic that would be for a 7-year-old as well to witness as far as and participate in that. All right, let's move on to another story. Pensacola's law firm is hosting a social media education town hall for parents. You might want to take advantage of that, parents. I think it was held yesterday, but whenever they hold these social media town hall, you might want to participate. So you'll be surprised what you don't know, okay, that you don't know. So the Attorney General, Udaface, whatever his name is, he ain't the only one raising an alarm now. Everybody else kind of raised the alarm about what safety on social media, and rightfully so. But you have to be able to try to monitor the kids' activity on social media, because everything on social media is not good. Okay, so the law firm of Levin Papantonio held a town hall meeting last night for the parents, and they were trying to explain to the parents the addicted nature of social media and the threats that lurks on social media. But for an example, we talking about the takeovers and all these other kind of these crazy challenges and stuff like that. And so the attorney trying to say that the framework for making a case against social media is things like they doing what the attorney general is doing, filing lawsuits against these companies that support this activity, and also they got companies that sell drugs. The drugs and alcohol companies also is going to be they went after them as well. So it's better look out and see. Social media is killing our children, what they say. So parents, be aware. At least we're trying to warn you, if you will. Okay, just trying to warn you. All right, let's go on to another story here. The Arch Gateway celebrate a decade of service to children with disabilities. That's what was in the news the other day. I think this is something that we should be paying attention to. Sometimes, if you're a new parent, it's very difficult to get news about your children's development, in particular when they're not developing the way that you had anticipated. So this lady trying to make a difference into people's lives to try to work with children and try to get the full potential out of their children. So keep your eyes on stories like that. These are nice feel good stories. All right, the next story here, y'all, is the new Palafox Street, y'all. If you hadn't driven downtown, it's the new Palafox reimagined. The work is not 100% complete just yet, but it's beautiful downtown from what I understand. They got side streets to work on right now, but the new Palafox, they opened it up to traffic on yesterday. And so you got the status of that, and you got little barriers in there to kind of slow traffic down. We got accessibility ramps and stuff like that, and parking places, and parking is still free for right now, y'all. So you better take advantage of it. And so get down there and check out where your taxpayers' dollars went. And see, and most of all, they wanted to make sure they improve the storm drainage down there as well, because they put in quite a bit of money into that. And so far, we've been getting some pretty good rains lately, and so far so good. But the new street kind of add to the beautification, which also add to a little bit more safety in there, because they have raised crosswalks that act like speed bumps that kind of slows down the traffic there as well. And they got something that looks like turnabouts, but they're not. They just look like turnabouts. They're not really turnabouts. They're just there to kind of slow you down. So go down there and check it out. Just go down and check it out. And we're going to talk to the mayor, either his trusted advisor, Mr. Cliff, this morning, and maybe they'll tell us a little bit about that as well. Okay, this lady is a Virginia Tech lady right here. She was a survivor of the school shooting up at Virginia Tech. Yesterday in Orange Beach, they held some training for safety for the school resource officers, which was held across Alabama yesterday, and she was one of the speakers that was there. She was involved with the shooting. In fact, she was shot 3 times herself. And so what they're trying to do here is trying to get school safety and get the resource officers more involved in making sure that schools are locked down and code words and all that other kind of stuff. But anyway, they had a bunch of officers, resource officer in training over that yesterday. Now, if you're living up in Century, Florida, you're going to be a little inconvenienced for a while, particularly if you're living up around the McDavid area, because they have closed Highway 29 down. I believe it's southbound or southbound. I can't remember which one, but because that heavy rain came through, but then washed out one of the roads which affected Highway 29, and they said that they got nearly 6 inches of rainfall in just a few hours on Sunday. But that was enough to wash away that West Boga Road, and the road, you can see it collapsed. And so now people are going to have to make detours around to get to either Century or Pensacola, or get to work or go to church and everything. Well, I was looking at the news yesterday. They had a church up there. The pastor, I guess it was, is my good friend Sue would call it divine intervention, because they were to have church that evening, and but the preacher decided at the last minute to cancel the Sunday night service. Thank God for him. Maybe God talked to him, and because had it not been, either people have been trapped there for a while, or maybe trying to travel, didn't notice it in the evening and did not notice that washout, and it would have probably perhaps saved lives, if not saved people inconvenience from getting there. So that's what I call divine intervention, y'all. Divine intervention. All right. Here's another story here. And I hate reporting stories like this, but every day we're reporting another accident or an incident of 2 vehicle crashes on I-10 in Okaloosa County, leave people injured. You can see this, and where a pickup truck, which was pulling a 40-foot trailer and a minivan, they collided and they shut down part of Interstate 10 over in Okaloosa County for 3 hours Sunday night, and stopping traffic. And in fact, it was a non-life-threatening injury. The people were in the hospital, but everybody in that crash some was injured, but they survived. They survived. It's happened probably right around the mile marker 43. Okay, mile 43. Well, this man that was driving the F-150 truck. He was a 45-year-old man from Miami. He was traveling in the outside westbound lane while he's pulling a 40-foot gooseneck trailer with a Ram Sprinter van attached to it. And the trooper says that a minivan driven by a 40-year-old Pensacola man was also traveling westbound in the outside lane when it ran into the back of the trailer, causing the trailer to start fishtailing. So the driver of the F-50 then lost control, and the truck left the roadway and went into tree lines and collided with some of those pine trees. And but anyway, the lesson to be learned here, y'all, be careful out on that highway, okay? Be careful out on the highway. 17-year-old, was shot during that team takeover. You remember I was talking about over in Crab Island? They had a team takeover there in Crab Island. Well, a 17-year-old was shot during the team takeover in another area in Florida. And I think it was down in Clearwater where this chaotic team takeover erupted in violence and led to a shooting that left a 17-year-old child hospitalized. So that is why it's important when you're talking to these kids and we're talking about social media. That's why the law firm had that meeting last night. That's why Ubermeyer is trying to see, trying to see if he can curb some of this stuff. I don't know. It's probably like putting a genie back into a bottle, but we will see what happens. Okay. All right, let's go around the nation for a minute, if you will. I'm just gonna just talk about this just for a few minutes, y'all. I don't have time to get all into it, but nationwide around the country, if you keep your eyes out on California, y'all, and today is the day, I believe, is California primary. Two races that you want to keep your eyes out on out in California area. In California, the mayoral race is tightened up. Spencer Pratt is challenging the Democratic establishment, and you don't know. They got. It's amazing to me. The current mayor is in a dead heat with two other people that even shouldn't be a competitor. But one of them is a reality star. Okay, one of them is a reality star. So that's running neck to neck, and it is amazing to me how this works. But I'm telling you, it may be just a name recognition where we can elect we elect people like reality stars, like the damn fool we got in the White House now. Why do we elect stupid people like that? I can remember back in 20, 30 years ago, they for the mayor of Minnesota, they elect a wrestler. Okay. So, and maybe people just vote based on name recognition. I don't know, but that's important, name recognition. And maybe, and I think I'm guilty of the same thing. When I go into the ballot booth and I don't recognize any specific names, then I'll probably vote for the name that I recognize. Okay. But anyhow, we should be a little more conscious with our voting, because you can see if you live in the day, you see what I mean about how consequential elections are. But in California, we'll see tonight what happened in the mayoral race. Not only in the mayoral, they got a gubernatorial races involved, and that the eyes on the country is keeping the eyes on that. So we'll find out what happens tonight in the primary. Okay. And so a lot of other stuff going on around the world. More charges being filed against that bus driver, y'all. There was a bus driver which was involved into a horrific accident. Okay, a horrific accident. Okay.
Now here is
Stop. I don't want you there, Bubba. Okay. I don't want you there. I just want to make sure that we talk about finish some other news before we get here. Okay. But that was an accident that happened on I-95 up in Virginia, that a bus driver ended up running into a pile of cars that was stopped there on the interstate, and they ended up killing 5 people and hurting 44 people. And so the bus driver is accused of causing that chain reaction on Interstate 95, and 5 people died as a result of it, and almost 50 people hurt in that accident. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 people in one single family, a whole family was killed as a result of that accident. So more charges is being piled up on him now. And let me tell you, I don't know, and he's in some real trouble, because just by his name alone, Jing Xing Dong or something like that, he was a driver of the bus. Okay, so when you get that foreign name, you in trouble. I must tell you now, you're in trouble. Okay, but anyway, a lot of other stuff that's going on in the news and around the world. So you keep that in mind. Also, in the singing world, R&B singer Peebo Bryson has suffered a stroke, and he's under medical care right now. So you might want to keep your eyes out on that story as well. I think I done covered most of the news here. Y'all help me understand if I missed anything this morning that's happening in and around our world. DeSantis also, I think he's proposing another tax thing, and but if he does, if trying to get this property tax thing, now if he do that, I was talking to Commissioner last night. You don't want to miss this show, but Commissioner Mike Coulter of District 2, he has a show on once a month, every the first Tuesday of the month, and he brings us the updates of what's happening in District 2 and in Escambia County. And he was explaining too yesterday about if DeSantis' wish goes through about this property tax, even though we know everybody wants tax relief, but it's just not as simple as that, and because it has tremendous effect. So, but if it does, you're going to cause a shortfall in city government, county government, and even in the school board. They say that if DeSantis' tax proposal go through, it could cut like $95 million from the Escambia County school coffer. That's nothing to sneeze about, y'all. So they have to make that shortfall comes up anyway. Also, locally is in the news that they were talking about, but you got to read. You got to go to your own news source so you can find out what's happening on detail. Commissioner Ashley Hoffberger aide resigned after the library hire controversy. You keep your eyes out on that story as well. So we didn't have time to talk about that as well. Okay. So I'm going to get back to our other program so I can talk about the news stuff all day long. A lot of stuff that's going on in the news itself, y'all. All righty, I'll tell you what I am going to do, though. I'm going to have to take a break here. When we come back from our break, we're going to be talking about some other stuff that we're going to do this morning. Like hopefully we're going to get a little Black History stuff in, and hopefully we're going to be talking to Mrs. Shakita Payne, as well as talking to my co-host, Jerry McIntosh, and the mayor and his trusted advisor, Mr. Cliff Collins, this morning. And better than that, too, at 8:30, we are going to be talking to Dr. Isaac Williams of the Greater True Vine Baptist Church. He is running for School Board District 3, so we're going to be talking to him as well. And we also got, he's running against David Williams. David Williams is running for re-election. He will be on here next week talking about his platform as well. So y'all pray for everybody. You can get Dr. Jill Gasson to start praying for you. And so we'll know what's going to be best for us. All right. We'll be right back, y'all, hopefully with Miss Shakita Payne talking about jobs at the ECUA.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
Looking for a moment of faith, hope, and connection? Join us for Prayer Perspectives by J.O. Gatson, live on WBQP TV and WBQP Radio. Every first Wednesday of the month from 9 to 10 p.m. Call in, share your prayer request, and receive prayer in real time. Mark your calendar starting February 4th. Prayer, perspective, power. Only on WBQP TV and WBQP Radio.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
I remember these. Will I have the money to send my kid to college? Well, that's specific. How long has that been there? 7-letter word for a bank that helps you reach your goals.
Synovus. Order for Synovus?
Thank you.
Are you Synovus?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask or should I?
A solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Let's talk about your potential today.
Since 1951, we've been here for our local community, creating pathways to care. We meet you where you are, with trusted doctors in convenient locations throughout the area. Baptist Healthcare, here for you then, now, and always.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your men wear needs.
Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home has been in business since 1913. Hi, I'm David Hawkins, the owner of Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, saying we are a full-service funeral home. We offer pre-need funeral planning. We have a newly remodeled chapel and conference facility. Stop by and see us today. We have 9 vehicles, all waiting to service you. At Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, we appreciate your stopping by. On behalf of all of our family here at Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, thank you so much for allowing our family to serve you.
WBQP TV streaming on Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, and other streaming devices.
Keep growing.
Remember where you came from, it's the foundation of who you are.
Show up for others.
That's been our approach at Penair for 90 years. Penair Credit Union, 90 years strong.
What is your story? It may take time to find it. You may even question if you have one worth telling. But when all seems lost, your story finds you. Because you don't need permission. Just a place. And we'll be waiting. The American Black Film Festival. Everyone has a story. Yours belongs here.
WBQP salutes the spirit of America, celebrating 250 years of freedom. Happy birthday, USA!
So what day is the meeting? Fun day.
With daily draw games starting at $1, every day shall henceforth be known as Fun Day.
Every day's Fun Day with Pick Games, featuring drawings twice a day. The Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
WBQP TV/radio is your information station, the ears, eyes, and the voice of the Black community. The station that cares.
Choosing the right school is one of the most important decisions you'll make for your child. At Jacqueline Harris Preparatory Academy, we provide a safe, supporting environment where students grow academically and personally. With strong core instruction and unique programs, students gain confidence, creativity, and real-world skills. At JHPA, we live by our motto, enter to learn, depart to serve. Enroll today and prepare your child to soar.
This is Prayer Perspectives by J.O. Gatson on your WBQP.
Hi, this is J.O. Gatson of Emmaus Baptist Church, Pensacola, Florida. Today is Testimony Tuesday, and we've come to pray over ourselves. One book said that we should saturate ourselves in prayer every day, that men and women, boys and girls would have known we've been with the Lord. Pray with me now. Father God, we project ourselves towards your throne of grace on this Testimony Tuesday.
I do.
And in spite of all the obstacles and the difficulties of this life, the situations and the circumstances that we face day in and day out, the mishaps, we come with a testimony. Because it's Testimony Tuesday in our lives. And our first testimony this morning, Lord, is that you woke us up in due time. It was nobody but you, Lord. And in the midst of it, dear God, we had the activities of our limbs. We had the rightness of our minds. So we come on this Tuesday morning to say thank you. I know some of us, dear God, including myself, life is treacherous. I know it's difficult. I know that we have hardships, but dear God, we come with a testimony on the tip of our tongues to let you know that we're yet leaning and depending upon you as our God. And that's our testimony, is that we're thankful that you're our God. And we're yet leaning and dependent upon you. As we pray now the belovedness of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior. Amen.
Hi, Vernon. Here's your WBQP weekly weather forecast. Tuesday remains mostly cloudy, with a 40% chance of showers, a high of 87 and a low of 71. By Wednesday, we'll see a slight break in the wet weather. Expect a high of 82 degrees with a low of 69 and only a 20% chance of rain. Thursday brings partly cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers. Highs will reach 83 degrees with lows around 70. And we wrap up the week on Friday with partly cloudy conditions and a 20% chance of showers. Highs will reach 82 degrees with overnight lows around 72. Overall, it's a warm and humid week with several opportunities for showers. This is Cheryl Mulrain, and that's your weekly weather forecast. Have a great week and keep it locked right here on WBQP TV and radio.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's a beautiful day out there, and let's get you caught up on everything.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now, let's go. Get up now, turn it up now. 1, 2, 3, let's get it out.
All right, y'all. I guess my mic is back on. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, y'all. I hope you got your pencil and your paper and everything's out because it's job time.
It's 7:30 on Tuesday, and this is WBQP TV. Our top story today, a major announcement regarding jobs from the ECUA. And welcome to Job Opportunities with Chiquita Payne. Join us every Tuesday morning at 7:30 for the latest openings, only on WBQP TV.
Hi, I am Chiquita Payne, and here are the job openings for today for ECUA.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Shakita Payne. How are you today, Sugar?
I'm good. How are you doing this week?
I'm well, Sugar. I am well.
Good.
You had a good week?
I did. It's been quite busy over here at ECUA. Last week we had interviews for a new executive director. Our
Really?
executive director, Mr. Bruce Woody, retired, so we're
Bruce,
in the
whoa,
hunt.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Bruce retired? I didn't know that.
Yes.
I was gonna have Bruce on here to interview him. He gone already?
He's gone already.
Lord have mercy. Okay, Bruce
Yes,
been there for a
indeed.
minute.
He has for 6 years, as a matter of fact. He came
Yeah.
in the middle of COVID. He came
Yeah.
in May of 2020 and got us through COVID, Hurricane Sally, and a few other things that have been going on. But he has decided to go ahead and retire.
Is that right?
Yes,
So you just went interviews, no selection have been made just yet, huh?
I think yes, they actually did make a selection. Last Tuesday, I'm sorry, last Thursday, they had a public meeting. So they did make a selection. Mr. Jason Yarborough, who he was selected for the position. I don't know if he
Really?
has truly accepted yet, but he will be filling Mr. Woody's position.
All right. Is he a newcomer or is he within the system?
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, he's a newcomer. He's coming from Northport, Florida.
Okay.
So yes, so he'll be starting at some point, probably fairly soon.
Okay. Well, we got to get him on here so we can get him introduced to the black community as well. Okay.
Yes,
So I'm
indeed.
depending on you to help me set up that interview, if you will.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Shakita, I was on last Monday. I forgot about when you're working for government, you'll be off on the holidays.
Right.
And so that's a good reason to apply for a government job. And I was and I didn't realize everybody was off until because I don't take holidays. I have to work 7 days a
Right.
week. And but I was telling folks, well, that's a good reason that you can get not what I call a job as a career. I got Mr. Jerry McIntosh on with me. That Jerry's my co-host. Jerry worked into the water business for many years as well. So
Awesome.
what we're talking about. So let's talk about some of the jobs that's available at ECUA.
Yes, sir. So of course, I'm always talking about our mechanic type positions, and we're always looking for mechanics. Looking for fleet mechanics, lift station mechanics. A mechanical craft worker is the entry level for an industrial plant mechanic. So all of these positions, if you have any type of mechanical background, whether it's fleet mechanic, working on industrial equipment, what have you, I will definitely take a look at these positions. And as you mentioned, you working for a governmental entity, so you do get the holidays off. And if you're actually having to work on a holiday, you're going to get the holiday pay plus the time and a half. So you're kind of getting that double time and a half on a holiday if you're having to work. So definitely take a look at those positions. If you have a CDL license, that is a big plus for several of those positions, especially for our sanitation equipment operator. If you're looking for a driving position that will be local and you're able to go home every day, not an over the road driver, take a look at our sanitation equipment operator one position. The position does start at $18.63 an hour. But of course, as you're here and working with ECUA, there's several other incentives. You also have the opportunity to get a merit increase each year. So definitely take a look at the positions that we have. You will go to our website, which is www.ecua.fl.gov. Click on careers, then current opportunities, and you'll see those positions I mentioned as well as a few others.
Yeah. You got quite a few of them open, Shakita. And folks, I encourage folks to make sure, and it's very easy. You go to in your website is easy to remember because it's nothing but ecua.fl.gov, right? .gov.
Right. That's it. That is it. You can always Google and ECUA will pop up for you. But also do keep in mind as I'm looking at the job list as you all are looking, you'll notice that all of our positions right now are on continuous. What that means is that once those positions are filled, the position will come off our website. So if it's something that you're interested in, definitely take a look, put your application in, because you never know when interviews will be set.
Yeah.
Interviews could be set later next week or the week after. And once those positions are filled, those jobs will come down. So go ahead and put your applications in now so you do not miss out on any opportunities.
You know what always amazes me though, Shakita, these trainee jobs. I don't see why would a trainee job be always open. Every time I come on, it's always open, and it don't require a lot of experience for these jobs. And you're gonna pay somebody to train them. I know they have to have minimum experience in the area, but again, these are entry level jobs. They're paying almost $40,000 a year. Are they? And they on here every week. So they're hard to fill. A trainee job is hard to fill. Help me understand that. I don't have.
Well, you have to also think about the position. It is yes, it is entry level. We are definitely going to help you learn how to do the jobs, help you get any type of licensing or certifications that you need. However, you got to be a person who likes to work outside. And that's the main thing with our entry level positions. These positions, you will be working outside a lot in the hot weather, in the cold weather, rainy weather, what have you. You're going to be working in those types of elements, and you have to be willing to do that. We do have people, of course, that come and go, and you also have to remember that it starts at 1863 an hour, our entry level positions. That is a low pay. We do understand that, but the more you learn, the more knowledge you have, and the longer you stick around with ECUA, your pay will go up from there. So, of course, people will apply for the positions. They're looking for more money, and if they find it, they will leave. And that's therefore, of course, the position will always be open until we get people that really want to just stick it out and make a career out of this, because you can actually make a career out of these positions.
Yeah. Yeah, $18 an hour ain't nothing to sneeze with for a trainee job now. I do understand what you mean. People come in these jobs, and like I tell folks, it might not be the job of your choice, but it is an avenue to get you into the door. Except a trainee job, because there are other jobs that come open within the system that you might be able to move up, move over into a different position. But one of the good things about this job, number one, they're going to pay you while you're learning the job. Number two, these jobs comes with benefits. Okay.
Yeah.
These are permanent jobs. So even the if you don't think $18 an hour is enough money for you, but you got to consider the benefit package that's in there too, which is and it's way better than what is the national minimum wage? What is the national, not the state minimum wage, the national? I'm going to make a compare and contrast. What is it? About $7?
That is much lower than the state.
Right, exactly. The national minimum wage. I don't have to Google it, but people are going to have to understand that $18 an hour starting pay compared to what the minimum wage is, okay, in the state or the national is really nothing to sneeze at. Okay.
Right. And then of course too, with our positions, they have a career progression. So once you're in that position, you're learning, and we're going to help you get, as I mentioned, any state licensings that you may need. So as you get those licenses, that gives you an extra bit in pay.
However,
so I would definitely take a look at the positions we have. As you said, don't sneeze on the 1863 an hour, because your pay can get higher from there. It's just you have to stick it out. You have to learn the position, get the licensing and the certifications, and you can go far.
Now, Shakita. Okay, Shakita. $18 an hour. All right. You know what the national minimum wage is? I know you're in HR. But you know what the national minimum wage is?
What is it?
$7.25 an hour. That's the national minimum. How the hell anyway, don't and you know what the state minimum wage is $13 an hour in Florida, I believe it is
It's 14 now.
Yeah.
Not much, but
It's 14, yeah, it went up.
It goes
went
up $1 each year until I think we hit 15, which, this year I think we hit 15 in September.
No, I think it's 13 now. It's according to Google. I don't know, but it goes up in 2026 to $14 an hour. But anyway, compare that to $18 an hour on a job that you have no experience with.
Right.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. Help me understand it. But you got two types of trainee job. You got a utility service technician job, and then you got the wastewater collection trainee jobs. And they're all paying about $18 or $19 an hour. And then you got people that like a sanitation equipment operator jobs available, and also higher level jobs like the project engineer, and then you also got mechanical workers and plant mechanic workers. But anyway, these are jobs that available, jobs with benefits, jobs that we need to have. So anyhow, tell them how to reach you again, Shakita.
Yep. So again, to view all of our positions, you would go to our website, www.ecua.fl.gov. Click on careers, then current opportunities, and you'll see every position that we've mentioned today. Once you put in your application, we will send you an email to let you know that we have received your application. So again, please be sure to go to our website. If you go to Indeed and apply for one of our positions through Indeed, we will not receive your application. So you will have to go to our website to put in that application.
Oh, okay. All righty. So once they receive a receipt for it, should they do anything? Just wait, don't call me, I call you, kind of a thing.
That's exactly it. That email that they receive from us will pretty much explain our interview process to them. And it also tells them you do not have to call us. The main thing is just watching your emails, because of course we're going to send you emails, and you can also go out to the same way that you applied for the position. Once you click on the position to apply for it, it will take you to governmentjobs.com. Once you have applied for that position, you can also log into governmentjobs.com to view where your application is, what step your application is in. So if you have been selected for an interview, it will tell you that you've been selected for an interview. It will give you a link to set up your own interview time. If your application is being reviewed by a supervisor, it will say that it's being reviewed. So the main thing is just reading over that email that you received from us. And just, follow the protocol from there. Again, you do not have to give us a call to check on your application. We will make sure that you are informed of every step that your application is in.
Very good, Sugar. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on every week and letting folks know. Because we need, in our community, we need jobs. We just don't need a job. We need a well-paying job. We need jobs that pay benefits. Gas is high, insurance is high, everything is high, and so we need all the help we can get. So you doing your part, I'm doing my part in trying to lead that horse to water.
That's right.
Okay. Anything else, Sugar?
No, that's all that I have today. Thank you again for letting me come on this morning.
Oh, no problem. Any day of the week and twice on Sundays when you ain't in church. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Sugar.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That was Miss Shakita Payne with ECUA, y'all. It is Tuesday. On Tuesday, y'all, I got a special guest on Tuesday. Is Mr. Jerry McIntosh. He's not a guest, but he's my co-host on Tuesday. Good morning, Jerry. I know he can't hear me because you know what? I probably got my speaker is on. Jerry, are you able to hear me? He probably is not able to hear me for some reason because it looked like his equipment is froze right now. But anyhow, Jerry is on with me on Tuesday as my special guest. Now, what we're going forward here, not only is Jerry on this morning, we also going to have the Pensacola update from the mayor this morning, or either from cliff. I don't know which is which this morning, but but when they finish at 8 o'clock, we're gonna have another special guest on at 8:30 with Jerry and I. Is Dr. Isaac Williams. He is running for school board in Escambia County. Also, while we waiting on Jerry, I'm going to get this in while I can. Okay, the public service announcement this morning. A couple of things that we wanted to talk about this morning is now this is by Miss Claudia. Y'all know Miss Claudia Curry. All right, I call her Miss Claudia Williams. She having a a retirement party, y'all. It's by invitation, okay? By invitation. But I just want to let you know, if you got your invitation, if you didn't, don't feel slighted. Only so many people that the Hilton Garden can hold, okay? And she's a very popular woman. But anyway, on June 13th, she is holding that her retirement party. Also, my sugar, the real sunshine, Mrs. Sunshine, is having her birthday bash at the Speakeasy, y'all, on June 13th. It is open to the public, and it's gonna be not only a birthday bash, but probably a blues show. Mr. Columbus Toy is going to be headlining, but they're gonna have all kinds of guests there. Okay, all kinds of guests there. Okay, speaking of that, also you make sure that your calendar is marked for Saturday, June 27th, when they're gonna have the annual second block party there at the International Harvest Center there on Truman Avenue, y'all. So we had Dr. Stone Steele on several weeks ago. She was talking about that event. Another event you definitely want to put on your calendar, I'm going to be down at Grotto Hall. It's called the Black King's Crown. It's going to be on July 12th, y'all, at 5 p.m. So you definitely want to put that on your calendar. Also, going forward, you're going to have the Pink in the City. That's going to be further into the year here, about the time, the August, September time frame, but mark your calendar now for that as well. Also, if you got into the social environment, as they're going to have a summer groove jam at It's Personal by Sheila's, y'all, which is located at 2610 West Savannah. Y'all need to, if you hadn't been in there, you need to go in there, because that is a beautiful facility, and but you're going to have an opportunity to do some good things in there. So Sugar Bear and DJ Tony Anderson, they're going to have this is what I call a dance party, y'all. So you need to check it out and everything. So a lot going on in this world. We're going to come back to some of that because we got so much stuff going on. But I got my co-host this morning, Jerry McIntosh. Hey, Jerry, center yourself for me, Jerry, if you will. If you can hear me, Jerry. I don't think Jerry can hear me. Can you, Jerry? Are you able to hear me, Jerry? Are you able to hear me? I can't hear you, Jerry. I told you this technology is gonna take us down, y'all. This technology I don't understand what is happening, but I can hear I can see his mic. I can see his mic is on. Jerry, your mic is on. But I call him and see if what's up with Mr. Jerry McIntosh. So he's on. I don't know. One of these days, we are going to get it. Hey, Jerry. Good morning. I can hear you, Jerry.
No, I can't. I just can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
I did that before. You remember? and I can't. What I'm gonna do is take it back to Best Buy. Give me another computer.
We're gonna get you get you another computer, huh? You think you think you have to reboot it and anything? What might would cause it? It's because I can see you and I can hear you fine, but you just cannot hear me. And I guess I know you can't hear me because you're not responding to me. So I tell you what, Jerry. Hey Jerry. Hey Jerry.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, just go ahead. We're just talking to put your phone down there, and if you can hear me on the phone, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you able to hear? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Now?
I hear you on the phone.
Well, we just kind of have to improvise. Center yourself, if you will, Jerry, in there. Okay. Okay. So we'll just have to. I don't know about this technology. I was doing a story this morning, Jerry, about they were trying to sue GPT and all this other kind of stuff for this stuff. And I got up this morning and my computer went haywire. And I pushed one button to do one thing and it did something else. So, so I don't know. I don't know. So how you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, trying to get this thing working right here.
Well, you go ahead and get it working. See if you can get it working right. Let me send it by PSA. You know we're gonna try to get the mayor Eda Cliff on this morning, and at 8:30 we're gonna try to have Dr. Isaac William on, talk a little bit about the school board. He's running for school board as well. So if you continue to try to get connected another. But last time you did what you do, had to reboot or what happened?
Well, I kept playing with these different microphones on here and the speakers on here, and it.
Oh, okay, okay. I know what your problem is, Jerry.
What's that?
You still got the box? But that's no joke. I had to tell you that old joke one time. Can I tell you this joke, Jerry? Look! It's a matter of speaking. You have the volume on your? Are you on your computer or on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my computer. The volume is up now.
Okay, you got the little check the little check button down there that's not clicked. Look, sometimes look down there, Jerry. Down there where that little speakerphone is.
All
right, put your mouse down there and click that and see maybe you got more than one speaker on. And you click that sometime to show you how many speakers you got. I think you got to do a right click, but I'm not sure. Do a right click or a left click, and then sometime it might show you got more than when you got more than one speaker on, or you got more than one speaker thing, you got to click the one that you own. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's what I've been doing, but it just, I mean, from my side, it's modulating and everything, but when it comes to receiving, it's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm trying to, hear from your side, it's not coming through for some reason.
It's not on Bluetooth, is it?
Let me check.
Because sometimes it get on Bluetooth. That's why I always use when I'm on, I always use earphones so that when I'm plugged in directly I can hear it. So yeah. And another thing, when I use earphones, and then it also will help you eliminate the echo that coming back from it when you use your earphones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I got to give me a set of earphones for cases like this.
Yeah. I always try to use earphones. I don't went to Shakita for some reason. Nope, Shakita. Okay, Jerry, while you're working that out, I want to go back to the story. I mean the PSAs while you're working that out. Okay.
All right.
I wanted to finish those things up before the mayor come on. some of the public service announcements that we have. I see my good buddy on already this morning.
Who did tell her Doc?
Yeah, Cliff is on. Cliff is on this morning. Good morning, Cliff. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Vernon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Jerry's having a little bit of issue trying to hear about. I told him he need to do what you did, get him some of them earbuds that you got in your ear.
I just put in my earbuds because I heard you talking about it, and I was like, well, I'm going to jump online and make sure I already got mine set up.
Yeah, the earbuds, I find to me that the earbuds works a lot better on the headphones. I use headphones, okay? And I find that it works a lot better because it cuts down on the feedback, and then you can actually hear what's coming back into your system there. How you been doing?
I'm doing well. I missed the opportunity last week because I just came back from Italy, and I saw you and the mayor and chatting it up, and so that was pretty good last week. I was hoping to get a chance to chat with you last week, but it wasn't my turn.
Yeah. Let me ask this: since you've been to Italy and you didn't want to take your bag boy with you, for your luggage there, talk about let's go to Italy for a minute. How about that trip to Italy? You bring me some of that pizza and wine, but what Italy famous for?
Yeah, obviously their pasta, their pizza, and just fresh foods. I will say immediately once I landed and had a good bite to eat, I can taste the difference in the food. At least in my mind, it just didn't have all the chemicals in it. The pasta was phenomenal. The pizza was just simple. You get a sauce, you get the pizza, you get a few toppings on it, and it had less grease, at least from what was visible on pizza that I get in the States. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my pizza in the States though, but it was just a clean pizza, and obviously, and then the wine. We had a great opportunity to do a lot of wine tasting, and I had a blast there. I got to admit, it was a great opportunity. One, to be an ambassador again. Obviously, my ties with the military. Anytime you go overseas, I think for me it was a nostalgia of what it meant to be an ambassador to the United States and to represent the country. But then also to represent the University of Florida because we went there to deliver a business proposal to a company as a consultant. So that worked out really great, and I had a great time there.
Where you go to Milan? What part of Italy?
Yeah,
Milan?
we went to Milan. So fashion capital of the world. We got to go to one of the big leather companies there, where they have at least what they had in the room for us, over 15,000 different leather patterns that you can choose from. And Milan really likes the boast of high quality, and they couple that with saying this is about a lifestyle. And so they pride themselves in that. Not only just is it high quality, but it's a lifestyle, and it's sort of the Milan way. So it was great. We got to go to one of the F1 racing tracks, the premier one in Milan, which was awesome. Got to get a complete tour of the site, check out some stuff, and then we got a few business meetings where some local government folks kind of briefed us on sort of their methodology as far as the trade, how they deal with sort of their European counterparts within the region, and then how they do exports and imports. So it was truly insightful from my side.
Okay, now they're famous for their cars too. You remember? I'm trying to think of that.
Yeah, the Ferrari.
The Ferrari. Now, nobody about the famous Ferrari, but the other one that they got. I almost bought one time. I had to go to.
You talking about the Lamborghini?
Not the Lamborghini. I'm talking about something I could afford. Now, I ain't talking about no Ferraris. One of the lower level specialty cars that come from Italy. The Goober, they got this crazy name. You know what I'm talking about.
Fiat?
No, not a Fiat. A Fiat is an Italian car.
I thought it was. I think I know what you're talking about. Is it the Bugatti or what is it?
Not the Bugatti. Not the Bugatti. You're talking the high-end cars now. I'm talking about something that affordable. What's the name of that car? They call it Goober. They got different models of them. But anyway, I remember going. I was interested in the one. I had to go down to South Florida one time. It was Central Florida, but that's the dealership they had down there. And I looked at them, and you had to pre-order them.
Alfa Romeo?
You still talking too high for me. Come on now.
Wait a minute. You're not talking about the Peugeot.
No, that's too low for me. I don't like the Peugeot. I know what you're talking about there.
Well, I got a story about that one. That Peugeot.
Really?
I'll tell you about that in a minute. I'm looking up cars here to see what you're talking about.
Italian cars. Come on now.
Pagani?
No.
Well, I'm doing Fiat is an Italian car, though.
Yeah, Fiat is an Italian car. What's the name? Google, what's the number of the common Italian cars in America?
Google is the name of a well-known technology.
Oh, not him. Maserati. Maserati. What I'm thinking about.
Yes. There we go. Yes, the Maserati. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I forgot all about that one. That one didn't just show up.
Yeah, Maserati is what I was thinking, and I went there. I was going to buy me a Maserati one time, and then I went and looked at them.
Yeah,
I had to go to Orlando, to the Maserati dealer there. And that was some time ago, and you just couldn't buy them you just could not buy them off of the floor. You had to pre-order them. Okay.
Yeah.
And it took you about 6 months to get one at one time, but I decided against it. I'm glad I did. But now I understand we got a Maserati dealership here in Pensacola now. Did you know that?
Yeah. Actually, there was a guy on the Navy base who was driving a Maserati, and I was like, "Wow, man! I'm glad you want to invest your money that way." But man, something else.
Yeah.
Man, you guys had a pretty good discussion with the mayor last week, and I thought he covered a lot of grounds. And I gotta say, I think some of the news he discussed then is almost similar to what we got going on right now. I mean, if you think about it. You got Palafox right this week. Yesterday we opened it up to the cars. I think a huge success for the project. I think a lot of the people are loving it. We were down there celebrating when they kind of did the opening. So I like what I'm seeing at Palafox. But I think it's more of a testament to show that when you want to incentivize a company to do something and then they deliver on that, you get the outcome you want, which is it's amazing. But it's a shame we kind of be in a state like this here, really, because you should be able to pay for something and get it to be delivered on time. But the way things work nowadays, you got to add that extra carrot out there. And so Palafox is open, still under warranty, in case there's some issues down the line. But it's up and running. I don't know if you guys got into the airport, but I don't know if you remember, but last year Breeze, they had committed to I think it was 2 flights. From Tampa. Now they're going to deepen their kind of footprint in Pensacola, where they're going to go, I think it's going to be now from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando. It's going to be 4 flights a week. And then there's a couple of other areas where it's going to go from not only 4, but then it's going to go from 7 flights, 1 flight a day, which, I mean, that's a clear commitment. Obviously, we had the one aircraft company that went bankrupt, but this is still a clear commitment to Pensacola and sort of our thriving community. So you got to appreciate something like that going on. And I'm trying to think of what else. Baptist, this Thursday, we got Baptist, another update. And this is a big update. And I'm not boasting about what we've done, but I think we have kept our commitment to the community to say we will keep you abreast of what's going on at the Baptist campus, the Legacy campus. And so we've done that. We've educated people on, asbestos containing material, what's going on, what's the, risk level, where are we at, how that's working out. Well, this is the next phase. This phase now that we're getting ready to jump into, this is the phase where now we're going to start to see the bricks come down. And so this phase is critical in that, it's going to create a little bit of noise. It's going to, create a little bit of vibrations, but we're getting ready to move to that next level now where you will start to slowly see. Go
ahead. I'm messing up. I'm doing something they ain't got no business.
That's all right.
I done hit the wrong button.
That's
Hit the
okay.
wrong button.
You'll start to see bricks come down brick by brick, which that's a clear sign that probably within a year from the day, that ground will be nothing but dirt and grass. And then I know the mayor's going to talk about this at the press conference. I heard you talk about it, but before I even get to that, I really want to say again, thank you and Jerry and all the people that I see come on for what you guys do. I mean, your weekly sort of drumbeat is a clear sign. You guys are getting the message across. You're trying to communicate to the constituents, keeping people apprised of information, but also encouraging them to not just listen to you, but to go beyond that. And I think that's so critical, especially in this day and age, which ties to this next piece, which is the proposal that the governor is going to put on the table to eliminate property taxes. And the mayor's going to talk about this today at his press conference. But man, when I think about this property tax, you said something about it earlier, and this is basic economics. This is trade-offs, right? You think about it, it sounds great. I get it. It makes sense to everybody. It's like, man, what a relief. I can, now use this money to pay for this. I can use this money to pay for, the high cost of groceries. But it comes at a cost. And that cost now has an impact on your daily life and things that we've known to exist when it comes to public service, whether it's fire, whether it's police, whether it's fixing roads, whether it's parks and recs. I mean, that comes at a huge cost, right? Because the city of Pensacola gets about $28.1 million in tax in revenue that goes to our general fund from taxes, right? So if this were to happen, basically, and 58% of that money goes to public service. That's fire department, police, parks and recs. I mean, that's to make sure that our community can be the community we want it to be. And without that money, we take an impact. So that means now we got to cut things. And people got to realize that when you say now I got to call 911 and you think it's a joke when they say, well, let me put you on hold or something along those lines, that hits hard, right? Or you call the fire department and you need somebody to come put out a fire, right? That hits hard now because now people are going to feel this here when they want something or when they need a public service and they can't get it and they lose a loved one to it, right? And this is a small sacrifice. And the small sacrifice to me is to pay the taxes by not paying them because, man, I don't think we can go without these public services because we're going to have to cut costs somewhere. And we got to figure that out. That's a tough one to deal with. I think you were spot on to highlight that people have to educate themselves. They have to understand the risk. And I think Lumen May had said it yesterday, something about those same lines. This is so critical that when you look at your interests, right? Whether if you got somebody out there, whatever politician it is, and you got 5 topics out there, and 3 of those topics are in conflict with your interests, but yet 2 of them align, but yet you want to go with just the 2 and not realize that you're going to have this negative always because you're going to have 3 interests that's going to be completely opposite to your interest. That has nothing to do with protecting your interests at all. And you're basically biting your nose to spite your face when you deal with something like this. And that's a tough thing to think about because a lot of people are not thinking about this today. And you and Lumen May covered it yesterday when it comes to people's ability to sort of not only just read, but to read and comprehend and solve problems. And that's whether it's internal to themselves or problems that impact their community collectively. And so trying to think if there was any other ones here. Oh, the other thing.
Before you go on to the next, let's talk about that for a little bit. But that's it's on the surface. That's what we need to scratch beneath the surface. And just like that, what they say about the iceberg is that just the tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg, yeah.
Right. And so you got to look beneath it and see what's there. It is nice. When I first thought, yay, we're gonna get some relief on property taxes. But let me tell y'all, a lot more involved with that. All the services you've been enjoying from the city. And I didn't realize how much of the city and the county and the school board budget has come from property taxes. And so why upset the apple cart? We used to paying property taxes. Let's continue it. Why eliminate it? I don't understand the governor's purpose? What his?
That's what I was
from
just.
with that?
What's his motive? I don't know, and I don't. And I definitely don't want to say it's with ill intent, but I just, as I continue to think about this here over and over again, why would you allow this to go on the ballot for the people to decide when you know that this comes at a grave risk? And then they talk about this pot of money, this trust. One, we don't know the size of the trust. We don't know how the trust work. And I started thinking about this last night, and I said, man, in my mind, the poorest counties in the state of Florida would suffer the worst because they would pay the least into this fund, right? Into this trust. And so this now creates a significant divide between the have and the have-nots, because the people at the top, they're not going to cut theirs, right? Those counties that are wealthy, they're going to be like, well, we're putting in most of the money. We should get all the money, right? And the counties that don't put in the money, they should get less. I mean, that's just, I don't care how people look at it. In the end, in execution, it's going to change, and it's going to change significantly, and it's going to impact people, and people are going to be complaining again to say, well, I don't know why we did this. And they're going to say, hey, we put it up to vote. You guys voted on it. It was 60% or 75% of the people went for it. And now we're stuck with it. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, it is. And, sometimes, Cliff, bear me out or not, I don't think sometimes we are really informed voters. Sometimes I think we vote sometimes blindly and sometimes benignly against our own interests. I was talking this morning about the race in California. Okay. Mm-hmm. And where it's a three-way race basically right now, heat to heat for the mayoral. And one of the candidates that's trailing really close is a reality star, has no experience in politics, anything like that. And I remember, you probably remembered this as well, Cliff, but I remember in Minnesota back here some years ago, they elected Jesse Van Turen. Jesse was a wrestler, okay? Yep. Nothing. Did a poor job. When they elected him, they did a poor job. But then also, and I think people just vote just by name recognition, I believe. Even I think that's what got Ronald Reagan elected, because he was a movie star. That's what got Bach. What's his name? Bach.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger elected, because I think people vote by name recognition. So that's what I tell local politicians. Okay, you need to get your name out there, if you're nothing else, because I guess I've been guilty too of going into the ballot boxes and not knowing the candidate, and I vote for the candidate because that's the name I'm familiar with. Yeah. Always the wrong answer to do. But again, I think sometimes my whole point is that sometimes when we put stuff on the ballot like that, people might vote something that they might regret later. Okay. So like property, it's nice on the surface to say let's eliminate property taxes, but the ramification of that is really serious if we dig down beneath the tip of that iceberg.
Well, you actually, man, I don't know how you got the segue to this one here, but that was another thing I was doing some research on last week, and I've been hearing a lot about getting people to vote. We gotta galvanize. We gotta talk about these things. We gotta get people to the polls. Well, I will tell you, in 2024, we did that. I mean, Trump administration increased in almost every metric from 2020 to 2024. Increase in white votes, increase in Hispanic votes, increase in Black votes, increase in Asian votes, and he won the election. So I think the message has to go beyond voting now, and we can't just say go vote. People have to understand the issues and the candidates' position on how they plan to govern, and that's the key to me now. It means nothing to me to say go vote right now, because now, okay, well, all right, I'm going to go vote. And you vote now, and guess what? You stuck with whatever was in that kid's head or that adult's head the minute they walked into that booth. because they don't understand the issues. And I don't think, at least in my mind, and I know I've been teaching my kids this, you got to write down what you think your interests are, and you got to sort of compare your interests to the candidates. And then you got to kind of come up with a matrix that's in your head that you could think about. And so when you do make a vote, you could say, I voted for this for X. But again, you can't come out of this with a negative. If you come out with a negative, I mean, that's basic math, and everybody understands that a negative is going to get you zero, right? It is.
Nothing, as Reverend Act said, nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
That's exactly right. And so people got to start reading on this stuff and really understand, to your point, to California, what does it really mean out of those three candidates? Do we really want an influencer? Star. Yeah, a reality star sort of now, governing. Do they have the capacity? Do they understand the issues? Maybe not. But if they do, then maybe they could. But I really think it's being informed, understanding all that. And that goes to your point that obviously, and you and Luma May talked about it yesterday. And I know Jerry has been a strong advocate. He's been down this road for years. I really think that, and the bigger question to me is, as I was thinking about this, is what did the current administration do to change the minds of the people where they increase their votes? I think the story has to be, what is the true narrative that we want people to walk away with? When they go into that booth, there should be at least some sort of phrase in somebody's mind that they should know, that sort of like, representation without action means nothing. Something along those lines. But it's got to be something so somebody knows that you can't just pick somebody because, they talk a good game. You got to know that they're going to be focused on the desired outcome. And again, that desired outcome pivots back to what your interests are. And does that sort of move what you feel is important to you? I think collectively, if it does it for me, it might do it for the whole community. Maybe. I think we'll be aligned in most of those areas.
I was thinking about how do we got to where we are today with this administration. And I could not and do not understand how one would put Trump into office. Okay. Now, but one thing to his credit that he done, he started running for office no sooner than he got out of office. He started immediately holding campaign. So he had 4 years of campaigning to do a lot of brainwashing and so forth. I just cannot. And then the other thing, Cliff, you might not agree with me on this too, is that, and I know I get in trouble with my Democratic friends when I say this, and I think we kind of made a mistake in the 2024 election when they ran Kamala. I love Kamala. Don't get me wrong, and I don't folks to get me wrong, but if they do, that's okay. But I know what my intent is. I love Kamala, and I voted for Kamala. But however, I think that my opinion was, if they had an open primary, the results might have been different. Okay, we may have had a different outcome. I always said this, and this is without any empirical data, but when America, and I think we're way overdue for a female president, and I hate to inject race into it, but we are a diverse society, and race is always a factor in most things that we do in this country. In 2016, when America failed to elect a white woman for president, I knew that they wasn't ready for a black woman to be president. I don't care how people could they couldn't bring it to themselves to vote for a black woman president, even though they didn't like the alternative. They didn't like the alternative, but that was even a less. But how could you make that? I just still don't understand how can anybody make a jump from Kamala Harris to Donald Trump, but they did, and so that is what we face with in this country. And I think that's how we got to where we are today with this current administration. If people don't have voters' remorse now, we in trouble. Okay, we in trouble because everything he ran on Okay, even though they had people that had good intentions, Cliff, in my mind, everything that he ran on, it just totally, he's doing totally opposite of what he said he's going to do. And so, am I wrong for that?
Well, actually, let me look at it from a different lens, but somewhat similar. I think that the people in the inner circle of the POTUS during the Biden's administration knew he was not well to continue on running office. And I think they knew this well before we got to the end of the finish line, which goes to your point where how do we end up with Kamala Harris sort of running? I don't, I actually, to me, I'm agnostic to whoever becomes president. And here's why, in the sense that I think it's more about what we just talked about, what they will do for the people at large, right? And I'm gonna give you an example. We can have progress for the next 1,000 years, right? And within those 1,000 years, if we have one person who comes through and becomes the greatest president, and then in the end it was a female, and we'd be like, oh wow, that was the greatest president. That's kind of the way I look at it, as opposed to saying I want to tie it to sort of, are we ready for a female president? I think if the narrative is right, if the message is clear, I think people will galvanize behind somebody. I don't think Kamala Harris' message was solid. I mean, I thought she talked around a lot of issues. I don't think she got into substance. She allowed, and it's unfortunate because this is the team she had, but she allowed the other side to be able to pick apart all of her flaws, right? While we are in this situation where, this was sort of this bully type mentality where, oh man, they could pick apart all of her pieces. And guess what? You know what that did? That worked, because in the minds of other folks, especially those numbers that increased, they looked at that and saw weakness, and they thought, oh yeah, we don't want this here. We don't want to be at war with Iran. And here we are, right? But yeah, I agree with you on that. I really think we should have thought about that a little bit deeper. But I mean, think about where we're at right now. I mean, we feel helpless. And we feel helpless in that throughout the Department of Defense, there are flag and general officers being removed off a selection list, unprecedented, only because maybe race, gender. I mean, in the Navy, I know for a fact, we have one of the most toughest processes to go from 01 to 06, from 06 to 07, and you're vetted by your peers, but you're also vetted by you taking operational jobs where you're tried and tested, and only the ones that do great in those jobs, they deliver. Those are the ones that now can compete for a flag officer position. And when you go before a selection board and all those other flag officers, your reputation, everything you've done, your entire body of work is standing before that room, and collectively they got to say vote, and they vote all in private. And when the results come up on the screen and they see a number and they say, okay, that's the next selection. And now you get somebody where this thing goes through the process and they're arbitrarily removed off of there because, oh, we checked out their social media account. We checked out they spoke at a Black History Month event. We checked this out, they were at an LGBT event. And they just take them from the list. That is unprecedented. Actually, and I think it goes against Title 10. U.S. Code Title 10. But the point is, we are helpless.
Yeah, I agree. But what are we to do? What do you think we ought to do? Let me tell you what I think. Okay, and then I'll always getting into it. I don't know where you check out our Sunday night show. We have our voices. I'm always getting into it with them because the Democratic Party, if you ask me, would like to take the high road. They taking Michelle's advice, okay? It's not bad advice at the time. When they go low, we go high, okay? But my analogy, Cliff, is that if you got, and I'm an old farm boy, okay? If you got a pig in the mud, you're not gonna sit on the bank and holler, here, piggy, suey, come on out. You have to get in that mud and help to wrestle him out of that mud. Okay, so we're not getting into as the Democratic Party. I don't believe we're getting into the mud, with these folks. So I don't know. What your position on what we should do and how we should fight what we're doing today?
Yeah, I would say that obviously it's not a fair game. And I think that as I listen to all the different voices from all the different sides, I do see a constant theme. And I'm not saying it's Project 2025, but it could be. It surely seems like there's a checklist going on, and the things that are in Project 2025, it's like check, check, check,
Yeah.
right? And so my point for that is, what is it that the Democratic Party has that they can counter this Project 2025? I mean, they are the ones in the positions. They're the ones in the seat. They're the ones that can sort of come up with some sort of counter plan. I mean, right now, the only counter plan I see is just talking points. And I think you have to move beyond talking points. And that's where you have to have a strategy. I think that strategy has to be somewhat, obviously, in conflict with the Project 2025. And I think they have to move all in unison right now in the same direction. And I don't think that they're moving in the same direction. I see desperation on a lot of the faces of some of the people that we look up to because they don't know what to do. When I got congressmen, senators sitting on TikTok and they're putting out videos and I'm looking in their eyes and like, man, this seems like a sad state. And you're talking about Ivy League graduates who understand the business they're in, but collectively they can't move the needle. That's a problem. That is not only it's discerning, it's scary, and it made me rethink democracy. It made me rethink where are we and what is real about our checks and balances, right? You learn your whole life that we have these checks and balances. And I know I'm running out of time here, but you got these checks and balances. But the key here is that now we're going to be in a place where there is no checks and balances, literally. We might think there are. The system's designed to have a check and balance, but literally we have no checks and balance.
Yeah. You're going to be able to hang on. We're going to have Dr. Williams, Dr. Isaac Williams on. He runs for school board. You're going to be able to stay on for the next half hour to help interact.
I'm going to listen in. I'm going to be moving about. I got to get in the office. I stayed here so I could sit and do this here without any interruption. So, but I'll be listening in.
Okay. All right. We got Dr. Williams supposed to be coming in. I don't see them yet in here. They popped in his campaign advisor. I saw Mrs. Marie Foster, Miss Marie Motley Foster, and she is. Good morning, Miss Foster. How you doing this morning? I am well. And where's Doc at this morning, my wingman? He's popping in right now. There he is, right here. Okay. Good morning, Pastor. How you doing this morning?
I'm great, my brother. I'm getting in. I'm trying to get my camera set up real quick.
You're trying to get yourself situated.
Yes, sir. I think I'm good. It's fun.
Bring it back a little. Bring it back center ways a little bit, if you will. Right there. And good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I am well. You got with you your campaign advisor this morning, your campaign manager, Mrs. Foster, this morning. Now, folks, if you don't know who this is, everybody should know Dr. Isaac Williams, the Greater True Vine Baptist Church down on Pace Boulevard. Been there for a minute now, and he's running for office, school board office, and his. I don't know who goes first. You gonna Miss Foster? Let me start with you first, okay? You got a candidate that you're trying to get elected for school board number 3. Could you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your candidate?
Okay. Dr. Isaac Williams.
Okay, somebody got something on twice. I
probably got
getting feedback.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let's adjust the volume.
Doc Williams, while she's doing that, go ahead and talk to us about what's going on with your candidacy.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Vernon. And as Miss Marie go and relocate, I just want your listeners to know who I am and kind of while I'm getting in the race. For those who I haven't met or don't know me, I like to introduce myself to you. I'm Dr. Isaac Williams. I'm a retired Marine Corps officer. I'm a pastor, educator, a mentor, a servant leader. Throughout my life, I've been committed to serving others through leadership, through education, through ministry, and community involvement. Now, I'm in this race. I'm running this race because I believe District 3 deserves a visible, accessible, and an accountable representative who will engage the community, who listens to the community, who listens to the families, support educators, and advocate for our students. And I strongly believe that schools that are built with strong community ties and community relationship will ensure that parents have a voice in this endeavor. Educators will have the support they need, and students will enjoy the opportunity to learn, grow, and to succeed in life. Amen.
Okay. So tell me your motivation, if you will. And now you've been preaching in this town for a long time. How did you make that transition from getting from the pulpit down to school board, even though y'all right across from one another, literally facing each other?
Yes, sir. This is my first time ever running for office. I did not do this by happenstance. I got involved because I believe our district deserves better representation. I believe leadership requires accountability and transparency and communication. I believe that the voice and the desires of the community have been ignored for the people who are in power. I want District 3 residents to know that their concerns matter. For example, banning the books. I'm totally against banning the books. I believe that students and parents ought to make that decision. Sure, there are books you may not agree with, but they need exposure. Let them read, and then they'll be engaged and informed. And I believe that the community should have a voice, and their representatives should remain active, engage with them, and not just come around during election season and claiming what you have accomplished. I believe on a regular basis, we should engage our community and making sure that you are representing the community needs and not your own needs.
Okay. All right. Miss Marie, are you ready to chip in, to chime in?
Yes, I'm ready to chime in.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Bring the camera down just a little bit so I can see your head more than I can see. There we go. There we go. This is television and social media. You've been broadcasting around the world, so we want to put you in your best light.
Okay. All right. As Dr. Williams stated, he is a retired Marine Corps officer, pastor, educator, mentor, and community leader. He has dedicated his life to serving others. Through his military service, he had ministry, educational outreach, community involvement. He's worked to support students, their families, individuals throughout the county and the communities here in Escambia County. Dr. Williams, he believes that strong schools are built through strong partnership with parents and educators. Dr. Williams is committed to leadership that listens and serves and brings people together, not divide them. And we just want the constituents of District 3 to give Dr. Williams the opportunity to serve them in the capacity of the school board representative for District 3. We can't go backwards. We want to go forward. We want to build on a positive platform that's inclusive to all constituents in District 3. This is not a self-serving campaign. This is a campaign that represents the constituents for District 3.
All righty. Now, Pastor, if you will.
Yes, sir.
You said this is your first time running, right? First time you're sticking your foot in the political environment, okay?
Yeah.
So was that a tough decision to make?
In my estimation, it wasn't. I didn't desire to do this, but I saw the need, and I'm a firm believer when there is a need, someone should step up and meet that need. I was totally disappointed with how the community felt about how the last superintendent was treated, who promoted our community, who promoted more principals, who promoted more teachers in administration, in the superintendent office, in the history of Escambia County. And the representative for this district had the deciding vote, and he fired him. That is not right. When someone is working for us, why would you terminate him when he's trying to help your community? And so that bothered me. And then the banning of books. People of color can't read about slavery. People can't read about our history. The LGBTQ, they can't read. I mean, books are there for learning. I'm a lifelong learner, and the banner of books and to go along with it. Can't even read Toni Morrison, a renowned educator. Would not even fight to put Little Rock 9 in the system, and yet you want to represent this district. That troubled the community. It troubled me, and we have had town halls address those issues, and yet nothing was done about it. They can find money to build middle schools in the other district, but when it comes to our district, suggested that we don't have $40 or $50 million to build one in our district. If you can find 30, 40, 50, $60 million, in fact, it didn't cost but $20 million to build it. But if you can find money to build a school in the other district, how come you can't find one and help them find money to build one in our district? I don't like the fact that you are merging 7th and 8th grade students over there with 12th grade in this vulnerable time of their learning experience. And you got 12th graders hanging out with 7th graders. The community doesn't like it. If you look on their Facebook when he constantly promotes that, that's no good. And so we need a representative that's not going to do what other folk want him, but do what's best for this community, for this district. And so that's what caused me to get into the race, because I want to stand up what is right. I want to do what's in the best interest of we got phenomenal principals and teachers and educators. They working in spite of. They are not achieving because of what the board is doing. They got their head down. They going to work every day, and they need a representative who will support them and appreciate them and let them use their skills to do what they need to do to educate our children. That's what caused me to get into this race.
So let me ask this question. So what are your platform? What if you get elected, what you're going to do differently than been doing before?
My platform, I have some top priorities. My top priority first is to really try to go. We want to stop these culture wars and let education be education. My priority is to support teachers and support staff and supporting them and to be there with them in the journey, so that they can continue to allow our children to close the education gap. I believe that it's very important for transparency and accountability. Yes, that what's going on behind the doors of the school boards, the community need to be aware. I believe in putting together regular town hall meetings. And don't just do it in a friendly area. You go throughout your district. You put them on the calendar. You go, this month I'm going to be here. This month I'm going to be here. This month. And in the meanwhile, you can call my office. If you got a concern, we don't have to wait to the town hall. We can address it now so that we can let you know what's going to be on the agenda at the planning meetings at the school board. So you can come and give your voice before the vote is made. Once the vote is made, it's late. So I believe that as a representative, it's one of my top priorities is to continue to improve on community engagement, and I want to also promote school safety. I can only imagine the challenges our young children been going through over the last 20 years with learning how to do these drills for when someone got a weapon on campus and stuff like that. And so I will constantly go to places to learn how we can make our schools more safe, so that the students can be free to learn and be all that they can be on this stage of their life.
What about what are your position on? I think they're trying to put on the referendum or something, trying to vote back in the superintendent. Help me understand that. What your position on that? Are you appointed? Are you a person? Are you an elected person or an appointed person, if you will?
The difference between the school board and appointing the superintendent and the constituencies electing the superintendent, I believe it's a crucial thing, and I believe that should be left with the school board. That is the school board number one priority. The school board members are not there to be a principal. They're not there to be a dean, not there to be an educator. You are there. Your number one job is to hire the superintendent, to hire a superintendent that has the credential, the qualification, and the experience to lead and provide the leadership to that district. And so I think that should solely be left up to the school board.
Okay. Now, I think one of the challenges, in particular in District 3, as well as throughout the school board, this voucher program that they got going on, and where children leave the county and the money go with them, but it don't come back. How you plan to address that issue? Because I'm sure it's causing a shortfall in our community, right?
It's a part of, that's an excellent question, Mr. Vernon. It's a part of, one of the things I think that this have to come out of Tallahassee, that there must be strict guidelines on how the money will follow that student. If that student decide to go to a chartered school, go to a private school, even if they're going to do homeschooling, there need to be stricter guidelines on when that person leaves and that money follow them, that at a certain time, that money must return back to the school system so that the school system will have the resources to continue to educate them. Now, that's not really challenging. I think it's just a policy decision that needs to be made because they send the money to the district in Tallahassee. And so I would advocate, have an opportunity, I will go to Tallahassee and I would stress upon them the importance of accountability for that money.
So is the money, the issue right now, the school board, once that money leaves the school board and go to a private school, now when those kids come back to the public school, and whether they're going to be in District 3 or whatever, in district, but I understand that the money don't come back and is not coming back. Help me. How do you plan to address that? Is that true? Number one, if it is true, how can you? What are your plans are to try to get the money back into the community?
Yes. I say it again. Said a different way, Mr. Vernon. The meals, the money they get per student, it comes from Tallahassee. And so Tallahassee, their equation now that they have set up down there, that once that money leave it, go over there, it's very difficult to get it back.
Right.
That model need to be changed. They need to put a mechanism in place so that when that student leave the public schools, because each year, Escambia County been losing students. And that's another thing that I would love to see, that put focuses on incentivizing our students to stay. And in the public school system, I fully support public. I got nothing against charter, nothing against private, but the public school system is what's going to educate the majority of our students. And so I would stress with the representative in Tallahassee down there that they need a formula so that when that student leaves, X number of days after that student leaves, that funding now no longer goes, that funding no longer stays away from the district, but will be returned back to the district.
All right. Ms. Foster, since you are the campaign manager, what do you plan to get Dr. Williams elected?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
What do you plan to get Dr. Williams elected, since you're the campaign manager?
To get him elected?
Yeah.
Well, our number one goal is transparency. That's the most important thing. In order for a candidate to run an effective campaign, you must be transparent with the constituents. Let them know why you're running, the reason why you're running, and what you're going to do for the constituents once you get into office. Not just on the campaign. We are going to make sure we knock on doors. We're going to listen to the constituents. We're going to have gatherings. We're going to be inclusive. This is just not the Williams campaign. This is the campaign for District 3. Their voices, they're the most important.
Okay. Dr. Williams?
I'm listening.
Okay, we only got a few minutes here. So
that's all I got. I need a whole hour, Mr. Vernon. I'm just getting started.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you, we got a few minutes. You can get time to sum up your thoughts here, if you will.
Yes.
Hey, Doctor, may I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Hey, so one, thanks for what you're doing. I know this is obviously it's needed in the community, and you're pretty passionate about it, and I love it. My question is, how do you turn sort of your campaign message into outcomes that you can show to the community as transparent results?
I think that's an excellent question, sir. One of the things that I believe moving from campaigning to governing is that you surround yourself with individuals. And I have on my team former principals. I have on my team former people who work in the superintendent office. I have on my team teachers, and together we will formulate a strategy that we would implement to address these issues so we can have measurable outcomes. I don't have all the answers. I specializes in gathering local data, and then I take that local data and I make local data driven decisions. If we see we got a shortfall over here, we see we have an area over here, I gather that data and then we'll formulate the strategy to make sure we can achieve the outcome.
Okay. Now, what do you want the listeners and the viewers to do to help you in your campaign?
I want several things. Thank you so much, Mr. Vernon, for that question. I want your listeners and voters to know that I commend anybody for running for office, to offer themselves up to serve. And so my campaign is not about attacking another person. I want them to know that I'm not here. However, I do believe whenever you are in office, you must own your record. And when you have a record, then you must own it. And so I want them to know that I will own my decisions, because my decision will be driven out of community concerns. I'm committed now to listening. I'm committed to serving. And I want them to know that I'll be an active, I'll be an accessible, I'll be an accountable representative to the community. And when elected, I know that you as voters will be proud of the way that I serve, because I'll serve with integrity, I'll serve with accountability, and I'll serve with transparency. And you'll be proud for me to represent you as your school board member. And you can contribute to my campaign. Certainly, I need volunteers. I need resources. You can Zelle me at 850-449-1712. You can cash out me, Dr. I. William Campaign. You can mail it. Contributions to P.O. Box 18009, Pensacola, Florida 32523. And mainly, you can put out the word that I'm supporting Dr. Isaac Williams. My signs will be out if you want yard signs. They are all there to be completed this week. We'll start distributing them this week or next week. We're getting ready to get out there. You're going to see our names across the district, and I'll be going to every precinct. We got 18 precincts. We going precinct. We knocking on doors. I'm asking for their vote because I want to represent you.
All right, Mrs. Foster, do you have any last parting comments?
Yes, sir. Dr. Williams and Mr. Vernon, I just want to say thank you for inviting Dr. Williams to join you today and give him the opportunity to speak with the listeners. We appreciate the commitment and keeping the community informed and engaging in issues that matter to our schools, students, families, and educators. We are grateful for the opportunity to share Dr. Williams' vision of District 3 and discuss the importance of transparency, accountability, community engagement, and student success. Thank you again for your hospitality and providing this visual platform for our community dialogue.
All right, Doc, last parting words.
Yes, sir. So my closing remarks is thank you again, Mr. Vernon, and you all will see me on the campaign trail. Amen. Thank you all so much.
All right, and thank you both, okay? Y'all, Dr. Isaac Williams running for School Board District 3. My time is about up, y'all. You know, times go by when you're having fun. You know that, don't you? So, but I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6:30 to 9. Y'all tell everybody how to get us. You can get us on your phone. You can get us on your television. You can get us on your Alexa. You can get us anywhere if you have a desire to get us. Okay. So tomorrow is Wednesday. We're gonna my special guest on Wednesday is Charles Thornton, and we got a lot of things lined up for you tomorrow. So you stay tuned and you make sure that you tell everybody that Morning with Vernon is on. So as Omar used to say, I love you with a perfect love. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP.